Melody 100.7 FM Ibadan. Stay cool with Melody.
Anywhere we day, now melody they play. From Monday to Sunday, we no go delay. Sweet vibes they bust for the air like rain. Turn it up loud, no darling today. Yeah, Melody FM, the sound that you like. Now here we they dance, now here we they hit, we they hit, we they hit. From back on the wave, give it fire non-stop. 100.7, make we raise the rooftop. Oh, they're on the show, hearts they run up. We station they bust brain, they wanna be the runner. We back down to the wall, we a lot of hope. Catch the vibe, make you know. Ibadan. When we there, now melody they play. They bust for the air like rain. Turn it up loud, no darling today. Yeah, Melody FM, the sound that you play. Now here we the dance, now here we the hit, we the hit, we the hit. From block on the wave, give it fire non-stop. 100.7, make we raise the rooftop. When they're on the show, hearts they run up. We station they bust. Melody they run up. We back down to the wall, we the loud and more. Catch the vibe, make you know. Where's your boy and black? Where's come to Melody 100.7 FM, Ibadan.
We in this region have been self-governing for more than 3 years. Nigeria as a whole is now free and independent.
We'll also give continued active support to the Organization of African Unity, the United Nations Organization, and the Commonwealth. I would like to remind this audience that in this hall today, we have a concentration of the leading agitators, mischief makers that the world has ever known. We have them here. Is that all these agitators and mischief makers desire a better world for human beings to live in?
Abia Nation Nigeria is today the focus of the entire international community.
Hello, welcome. This is Politics on Melody, Melody 100.7 FM. The beautiful Wednesday, the second in the 9th month of the year. It's good to be here again. Sorry, the program hasn't been on for the past 2 weeks. Yeah, because we had some important things. Of course, you know, Farim had special program in Abuja, so we had to take Farim's program with Prophet Samuel Adebayo Ojo. And that has to be this time. And that is what happened for the last 2 weeks. Apologize. We apologize. And we know you've missed it. Now we are here. It is Politics on Melody 100.7 FM. We call it Poem on Melody. Now, if you've missed it, and let's do it again. This is a beautiful day. Welcome to the show. Now, on Politics on Melody, we talk strictly politics. It's about politics. We talk politically, nothing but politics. 107% politics is what we say here. Welcome to the show. On behalf of the team, Daniel, Marcus, Timothy, Fortune, Amos, I say welcome to the show. My name is Pretty Adegoke. The finest is here, Politics on Melody FM. Today on the show, El-Rufai is spitting fire. El-Rufai says, well, everybody is talking about South presidency in 2027. They said everything should be zoned to the south because they want someone to face President Tinubu in 2027. He feels Peter Obi would not be able to have the guts to beat President Tinubu again in 2027. He's thinking towards the north. He has not said it openly, but the mindset is towards the north. Again, El-Rufai is talking about his membership of the ADC. Why he's in the ADC? What is he doing in the ADC? And how he's trying to jettison his ideas and his aspirations to concentrate and make ADC work. You'll hear that this evening on the show. And again, Reno Mokri has a whole lot of things to say. But before we get to that, Dino Melaye is back. He has started talking again. Dino Melaye seems to have found his voice, and he said, the way things are going in Nigeria, President Tinubu might just go and borrow from OPay very, very soon because the man borrows too much money. He says the next thing is the president will go to OPay, Money Point, and all of these loan sharks to borrow money. What a talk. You'll hear that. And also, what is his aspiration in the ADC? Dino Melaye will be talking this beautiful evening. Peter Obi is also talking. What is he saying? You want to hear, right? Definitely you dare to hear. Now somebody is talking about Fulani headsmen and all of the troubles and all of their shenanigans. Who is he? And what is he saying about what they are doing across Nigeria? You get to hear these and much more. As always, the program is loaded and we are here to go again this beautiful, beautiful Wednesday evening. If you're ready like Freddy, let's go. First, let's begin with latest development stories. Political news update right here, right now. Now for your latest political updates and news roundup, let's quickly begin with this one. Something coming through from Abuja quickly. A very fresh stories saying that Mele Kyari, a former Group Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL, today decided on his own to visit the EFCC's office in Abuja. Kyari arrived at the EFCC's headquarters at about 2:15 p.m. and as we speak, he's still with them right now. He was invited to answer questions on financial and technical matters during his time in the office at the NNPC. You need to remember that the EFCC had placed Kyari on his watch list over an ongoing probe into the $7.2 billion. The kind of money we got in Nigeria, the kind of money that we sink some countries of the world if it happens to them. 7.2 billion missing. Just imagine, in a country. If this one happened in another country, the whole country will sink into Atlantic Ocean. But in Nigeria, too much money. And this is just as the Federal Court in Abuja, the Federal High Court in Abuja, ordered a temporary freezing of 4 bank accounts belonging to Mele Kyari. So we'll get to see and hear what will become of the visit to the EFCC headquarters in Abuja. That's coming from Mele Kyari. He's left the NNPC now, but during his time, so much money, they said, went missing. We'll be watching all of these and much more as we move on. Away from that now, the candidates of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, and Labour Party in the Ganye House of Assembly by-election held last August have asked the Election Petition Tribunal sitting in Yola to nullify all of the by-election there for non-compliance with the Electoral Act. The candidates, Buba Mohammed Jordan of the PDP and Benjamin Benford of the LP, and of course their respective political parties, prayed the tribunal to annul the by-election which Mr. Musa of the All Progressive Congress was declared the winner in the election. In a separate petition, Buba Jordan prayed the tribunal to declare that the rerun of Mr. Musa as member representing Ganya constituency in the by-election held on the 16th August 2025 was invalidated by non-compliance with the provisions of the Electoral Act. Away from that now, it's about 2027 story now. Someone even asked, a little girl of primary 3 asked me something in Lagos, said, is next year 2027? I said, no, why did you ask? The little girl said, because 2027 is so popular now. I thought we were in 2025, sir. They talk more of 2027 instead of 2026. I said, baby girl, it's because of politics in Nigeria. And she asked, what is politics? I said, don't worry, you soon know. Okay, the Nigerian police has made its stance clear on the issue of early campaigns by political parties and, of course, their candidates ahead of the 2027 general elections. Inspector General Police IGP Kayode Egbetokun spoke at the NEC roundtable on the challenges of premature campaigns in the Electoral Institute Abuja earlier today. The police wondered if there was even the need to regular campaigns and a time when social media is the order of the day. Exactly what I just said about the little girl asking me if there won't be 2026 before 2027. Even police is wondering why all of these campaigns at this time when we still have 2026. Let's talk about the APC now. The African Democratic Congress, ADC, has reacted. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, finally accepting David Mark and Rauf Aregbesola as the party's national chairman and secretary, respectively. The National Publicity Secretary of the ADC, Balaji Abdullahi, on behalf of the party, posted the development on his X handle a while ago, meaning the way it is right now, the duo has been accepted as the bona fide leaders of the party ADC. Senate Minority Leader Abba Moro has disclosed 3 Southerners the People's Democratic Party PDP is considering as its presidential candidates in 2027. Moro disclosed that former President Goodluck Jonathan, ex-Labour Party's presidential candidate Peter Obi, as well as Governor Seyi Makinde of Oyo State here, the man who is chilling in US now, have been mentioned for consideration as PDP's possible presidential candidates in 2027. Moro disclosed that there are other qualified Southerners for consideration, but these 3 are the front runners. Okay, let's leave these stories here now so that we can concentrate on so many other things. Let's get into it right now. Politics on Melody, Melody 100.7 FM. Now talking about Peter Obi and the expectation that only Peter has the temerity, has the sagacity, has all of the power and might to face President Bola Tinubu in 2027. People have been asking questions if now that the legs of Peter Obi seems to be shaking in the ADC, if ADC will still have the power, if Peter Obi will still have the power to be the one to pick the ticket of the ADC in 2027. Because the way it is right now, people are wondering, will it be Peter Obi that will pick the ticket of the ADC? But considering the fact that there is a man called Atiku Abubakar still in the picture, will he be able to pick the ticket of the ADC? Too many questions to ask and too many questions begging for answer. All right, on what The man known as El-Rufai said concerning that, let me bring you his voice. He said this some time ago, and we're trying to bring it back. If he still believes Peter Obi can still make this happen, will he? Can he? Is it possible? Let's listen to Mr. El-Rufai, Nasir Ahmed El-Rufai, from
How can Peter Obi
State
win any election? Peter Obi is polling 1% in Sokoto, 2% in Katsina, 5% in Kano. Win any election. Peter Obi is polling 1% in Sokoto. Win any election. Peter Obi is polling 1% in Sokoto, 2% in Katsina, 5% in Kano. That's where the votes are. All states are not equal. The fact that you're doing 70% in Anambra State does not mean somebody doing 10% in Kano is not better than you. The number of votes in Anambra is the size of one local government in Kaduna State. So all states are not equal. If you poll states and you make them equal, yes, Peter Obi will sweep the southeastern states. He will do well in South-South. Where else? He's not polling well in Southwest, other than a drop in the ocean in Lagos. He is polling in the Christian enclaves in the north. He's polling well, but how many are they? Peter Obi cannot win the election. He doesn't have the number of states. He doesn't have 25% in more than, the last time we checked, in more than 16 states. He can't go anywhere. Peter Obi is a Nollywood actor, and that's all he will be. How can...
Did you hear that now? Peter Obi is a Nollywood actor. He said that before now. You know, now they are now frolicking together in the ADC. He's changing his mouth now. What does he believe now? He believes Peter is a big threat to the president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I had to bring that one. I had to quickly bring that one. So you hear how our politicians speak. You know, I told you, I'm going to be unveiling a whole lot of things ahead of 2027 on this program so that you make a wise choice. This is not the time they give you a loaf of bread, one congo of beans or rice, and they deceive you to get your vote. You need to begin to look. Who really means well for you amongst all of these people? You need to start thinking. Who means well for you? Begin to think and begin to remember who you think can have your interest. So that was the statement credited to the man, Nasir Ahmed El-Rufai, former governor of Kaduna State. Now, talking about El-Rufai and what he feels about his candidacy, is alliance with the ADC. His chances, what his ambitions are, and what he wants to do. A whole lot of things people have been asking, and he's also been answering the questions and what he feels he wants to do right there.
This coalition was started by a few people, and even a fool knows I'm one of the leaders of the coalition. Whether I'm a member of the party or not is beyond the pay grade of a thug in Kaduna parading himself as an ADC leader. Who are ADC leaders in Kaduna? After that statement, which was procured with the payment of 200,000 to the state publicity secretary, his own state working committee have disowned him, and they said they are going to subject him to disciplinary process. I am not just a member of the ADC. I am one of the leaders of the coalition. I'm one of those that worked to bring this thing together. You think some lowly member of the party in Kaduna, or claiming to be a member because he's not, is the one that will determine whether I'm a member or not? If you want to know whether I'm a member of the ADC or not, please call the national chairman of the party, Senator David.
Because the membership of a party, everyone is supposed to be rooted.
I register in Abuja.
Have you registered?
That's not for me to tell the world. Because I don't need, listen, sure, I'm not here to prove my membership of the ADC. I don't need to prove it to anybody. And it's not even a matter that I think requires the wasting of our time. Let's go to more substantive issues. There are more serious problems in this country than my membership of the ADC or not.
I'd just like to know for
7 elections, the leadership gave Peter Obi of the Labour Party and Nasir El-Rufai of the SDP forbearance to remain in our parties until the conclusion of some critical elections. So the question of my membership of the party is above the pay grade of any party member. Okay, it's above their pay grade. This is part and parcel of the original covenant of the coalition. Pay grade. This is part and parcel of the original covenant of the coalition. Peter Obi has elections in Anambra in November. He's going to campaign for Labour Party. We have elections in Niger State in November. I'm going to campaign for SDP. So whether I am in the SDP or ADC is not the material issue. I am one of the leaders of the coalition, and how we are putting our coalition together is for us to determine. It's not for anyone to question or interrogate.
Let me...
Okay, these are the statements that are confusing people right now. You heard what he said, right? I had to bring on that. His interview with my friend Shehu Kimbaloyi. You know what he said? The election in Niger, he will campaign for SDP. Election in Anambra, they will campaign for a different party. So now they are going to be picking different parties, they campaign for different parties. So what happens to the ADC they are pushing? This is the problem. That is why people are confused now that this ADC is more or less like a confused set of people. But I don't want to believe that, because when I brought Honorable Basa here live on the show, she said ADC was ready. In fact, right now she said ADC will claim Oyo State in 2027. You know, she's going for governorship. She's going to be here again. We are going to be bringing her back live and direct. You know, in Oyo State, I was the very first person that brought her. And ever since the day I brought her here, via the telephone, everybody has been inviting her for an interview. She asked me, say, Mr. Pretty, how did you do it? You brought me all the way. And everybody is now asking me, when are you coming on our show? It can only be God. You know, they make noise here. We go straight for it. Okay, moving on. Let's go to Dino Melaye now. And let's talk about Dino. Dino is back. Some people call him comedian. Yeah, they say he's a comedian. He shouldn't be a politician. Dino. Dino is back, and Dino is saying Nigeria is bleeding. President Bola Tinubu is joking. The president doesn't know what he's doing. That is what Dino is saying. I didn't say that. Dino said that. And Dino said so many things, from his membership of the PDP, why he left the PDP, what he thinks about the PDP presently, what he thinks can happen to the PDP, and of course his membership of the ADC. And you know, people don't believe. We asked Dino, you know, you're always moving from one party to another, from the PDP to the APC, back to the PDP. Now you say you're in ADC. Would you not go back to another party? He said, no. Now it's for the ADC. Let's go to Dino now. Let's listen to Dino and all of the conversations. When I come back, I will definitely be asking you all of these things you hear that I talk about and I play and I bring their voices. What is it telling you ahead of 2027? When you call me up or you send messages. But let's listen to Dino Melaye now, saying a whole lot of things concerning the PDP, the ADC, and what he feels about the president. The funny one there is, he said the president will soon go to OP and borrow money because the president borrows too much and he has penchant for borrowing. Let's listen to Dino Melaye and I'll be back at the other side.
Apart from our Lord Jesus Christ, no dead can rise again. Dead and buried. I want to tell you that whatever you are saying is makeshift. The dead is dead. We can only advertise the obituary. PDP was sold, and I'm not sure if they got the receipt of payment, but it was sold. It is the agents of the APC that control the PDP. And I would not really want this discussion to be about the PDP. Let's talk about the living. There are issues of hunger out there. There are issues of malnutrition out there. There are issues of misgovernance, maladministration out there. Those are the issues I think we should discuss. PDP is a political party. I'm not a member anymore. I'm a proud member of the ADC. And that is the party that will unseat Tinubu and by the grace of God, send APC out of the villa come May 29th, by the grace of God, 2027. I want to assure you that the 2027 election will not go that way. Nigerians are wiser. Like the Boy Scouts, we are more prepared. And I want to tell you that we will defend our votes this time. I'm assuring you that it is not going to be a tea party as usual, at all. It won't be. The APC came, they saw, they conquered at the time. But I want to tell you that 2027 will be a different story. On a daily basis, we have people joining the ADC. As I speak, we have over 100 senators, former and serving, who are members of the ADC. And we have close to 400 members of the House of Representatives, former and serving, who are members of the ADC. We have dozens of former governors who are members of the ADC. And we are growing geometrically and otherwise. Many serving members of the National Assembly actually hold their allegiance to some former members of the National Assembly. I can tell you that for free. And it's just, we are definitely in a precarious situation in the country. We have not seen anything like this before. The president committed a monumental error on his first day in Eagle Square, where he took his oath of office. Before even getting to the office to ask questions, he removed subsidy. And that is the reason we are where we are today. He did the right thing, but in the wrong way. What Tinubu did is likened to a surgeon who performed a very successful operation, very successful operation, but the patient died. He had a very successful operation, but the patient died.
If he was successful.
So what I'm saying in essence is that removal of subsidy is the right thing to do. But when, how, matters. He removed subsidy without planning. And when you are going to organize a surgery on any patient, one, you prepare the patient. Two, there are precautionary measures that you must put in place. At times, you even have to ask the patient to take water. At times, you need to say, okay, eat. At times, you need to say, okay, let's place you on some medications. At times, you say, okay, let us sedate the patient. Then there's also room for recovery immediately after surgery. But to just take a patient to the surgery room, butcher this patient, and at the end of the day, the patient will not survive. That is exactly what Tinubu did. There was no planning. There was no succor. There were no buffers, no ameliorative measures. He's even yet to get to office. He has not even gotten to office to even see what inside the office of the president looks like, or take brief on subsidy directly from those who know. Without, I mean, just unceremoniously. Even before you get to your office, you commit that kind of, and that is what created the chaos we are facing today. And today, Nigerians are not only unhappy, but I can tell you, I'm a grassroots person, that there is massive hunger in the land. Why is the president borrowing 1.7 billion from World Bank? Why did he borrow 1.7 billion from the World Bank? Why, as the Senate, approved $21 billion so far, and with many others coming for consideration? Many others are still coming for consideration. And this government is one of the most reckless governments in the history of this country.
How do you mean?
The president who said he wanted to come and curb wastages bought a yacht. That yacht that the president bought has never been to the perimeter, territorial area of Nigeria. It's between Monaco and Paris. And what do we need a yacht for? In a time of austerity, in a time of pervasive hunger like this? The president also, within few months in office, bought a presidential jet that cost Nigeria billions.
No, he said it was a gift.
I am telling you that it was purchased. Gift by who? Gifts are to be declared. Gifts are to be declared. A president who gets a gift, why was Tom David West removed from office? It was because he got a gift of a gold wristwatch that was not declared. If you have a gift, declare who gave it to you. And they called it a gift because the money used in the purchase of that aircraft was not appropriated by the National Assembly. The same president, in the 8th Senate, the budget of the National Assembly was 150 billion. From 150 billion, today the president have increased the budget of the National Assembly to over 370 billion in order to make them a parastatal or department of the villa. So a president who said he was coming to curb wastages, who said he was coming to renew hope. I can catalog all this. Bought a yacht, bought a Cadillac, bought an aircraft, increased the money of the National Assembly, and I've borrowed like no other president in history. If you are making more money, then why are you borrowing? To the extent that the Speaker of the House of Representatives today,
I read it. He was
is also concerned, despite he's a member of the APC.
I read that he was talking about
and
how
we will not be surprised if the president starts borrowing from OPE and money points very soon.
Well,
one of the fundamental errors we have committed as a people is that this government particularly is insensitive. We voted for a government that does not care for the people, that is not concerned about the people. Go out there and see the magnitude of killings going on. Go out there and see people dying of malnutrition. Go there and see poor people paying ransom for family members being kidnapped on a daily basis. Go out there and see what the economy is doing to the people.
Let me comment here.
Okay, you heard everything Dino Melaye saying there. Everything he said there about the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. What do you make of what Dino is saying? Is he playing politics? Is he being real? I will ask you very soon, very, very soon. But let's have a breather now. When I return after this breather, a clergyman in Nigeria is saying one thing. You know, we believe so much in prayer in Nigeria. We love prayer. That's why we have churches scattered everywhere, mosques scattered everywhere. There was a place I used to buy a recharge card, one kiosk like that. One day I just got there to buy airtime and I was looking for the place. They said, they have turned it to church. That's how much we love churches, we love mosques, we love religion in Nigeria. But are we really holy? I don't know about that. Now he is saying that, look, you see this country, Nigeria, it was not based and it was not actually created by God. That's what he's saying. Who is that person and why did he say that? And what is his reason? You will get to hear very soon. But let's have a short breather. Here is No Politics from Oris Wiliki. No time for politics. Super or is Willie Kid there? They're doing that beautiful song. But one thing is, he said no time for politics, but in Nigeria, plenty time for politics because everybody is politicking. We even have less time for governance now than we have for politics. I'm seeing your calls, but I'll be taking your calls very, very shortly. So just hold on for me, okay? Let me arrive at a destination first. Now, senior pastor of House on the Rock Church, Pastor Paul Adefarasi, has sparked a very heated debate and a big statement recently after declaring that Nigeria was not created divinely. That Nigeria was not divinely created. You know what that means, right? There's no hand of God in creation of Nigeria, even though we claim to be godly people. He insisted that instead it was a colonial construction designed for British economic gain. It's not for even for our own gain. It is for their gain even till today. And that is why we cannot move forward. He dismissed the idea of Nigeria being founded on God's will. You know, that's what we believe. That Nigeria was founded on God's will. That's why everything is like this. We have more than anything any other nation can have. Everything apart from governance and politicians. He insisted that historical and colonial interest actually shaped Nigeria. That's what Pastor Paul Adefarasi said. Let me allow you to take a listen to what Pastor Paul Adefarasi said. And you judge by yourself about what he said.
Nigeria, I do not believe it was created by God. I don't believe it. I believe that Elizabeth I got into a deal with the Ottomanian Empire, and they had a deal concerning the Sudan. And those who care to buy the book, buy the book. It's written by a fellow called, the name of the book is The Martyrdom of Man. As far as Africa was concerned, two empires got together and decided that this land will go to the sons of Ishmael. It is self-evident. But let's not go there. This is not a political forum. This is a church. And the church has responsibilities to get right what man got wrong. She's the light of the world and the salt of the earth. That's important. I have no problem with people of any faith being in charge, but they must adhere to the constitution of we the people. And when a constitution purports to be of we the people and it is not, it's some soldiers who wrote it, you have to question why we obey that constitution. Nigeria cannot be a solid nation that is properly grounded going towards her destiny. We started to go, but the Bible says, Psalm 11 verse 3, if the foundation is corrupted, if it is destroyed, what can the righteous do? To build a sustainable building, you have to build a solid foundation. You do a soil test, you do your engineering statics, and you determine what will carry this building and make it last for a long time. There's a difference between any Jankara Jati road and the road that they built that takes you to the Lagos airport. That's a proper road. Why they build roads and resurface them wrongly, I don't know. Somebody suggested to me that it's that kind of road because they want the same contract next year. That means that somebody sitting down somewhere making decisions has no sense of equity and justice. Do you understand? I hope you get me. I'm riding. Are you ready to ride or die?
You heard it right there. Nigeria is not based on godly foundation. You heard him say it was a Jankara creation. So where do we go from here as a nation? Pastor Paul Adefarasi there. So you heard all of this. You heard all of these things I shared with you. So many. I still have a whole lot of things to share with you, but time is moving away. But one thing is certain, there will always be another time. Now, what's your reaction to all of this beautiful evening concerning the politician, what Pastor Paul Adefarasin said, and of course, the statement from Nasir El-Rufai and Dino Melaye saying the president will soon go and borrow money from OPay and Money Point. Even my students in the house are laughing. Now he's even coughing. 0702-520-1007. If you want to react to it quickly, anything you want to react to that I've used, let me know. 0702-520-1007 and 0705-507-1007. It is Politics on Melody 100.7 FM, right here in the city of IB. We're cruising home gradually on the show. We're cruising home, almost at the tail end of the show. But before we go this evening, there is something again that the 2027 might be bringing. And it's a scary thing. What is that? It could be violence. 2027 might be bringing a whole lot of violence. That is why we need to begin to educate ourselves, educate each other, educate oneself on how the 2027 election should be without violence. We should learn to play politics without bitterness, play politics without rancor, and play politics without fighting anyone. So you need to know that election is not about somebody's blood. Just as the former president of Nigeria, Goodluck Jonathan, said, his ambition should not be, does not want anybody's blood. So the same thing we should start speaking towards the 2027 election, because we should know one thing is certain. After election, there will be more elections. And after election, there will be Nigeria. So that's one thing you should know. Do not let anyone lead you to violence, especially the youth. Try as much as possible let's begin to put it in their minds now. Now look, nobody should use you. Tell your children, this is not the time for them to be used for any negative vices ahead of the 2027 election. All right, quickly, 0702-520-1007 and 0705-507-1007. Let's see who's on the line. Hello, good evening and welcome. Hello, are you there? Okay, drop call. You can call me back, 0702-520-1007 and 0705-507-1007. Now, another thing we should always remind ourselves, as I've always said, we'll continue to remind ourselves this thing every time, and that is what Nigeria needs to get better. So we need to start forcing the politicians. I've said I'll continue to use this as word on marble, the statement by Femi Kuti, the son of Baba Fela Kuti, and what he said on how Nigeria can be better. The only way Nigeria can be better, he has a solution. I've used it before, and I'll continue to use it as I've said, because it's a word on marble. I will continue to use it. How did we say we can have a better Nigeria? This is what he said, and how he said it, that we can have a better Nigeria. Let's take a listen.
Where my objective right now, my music, my life, and I cannot compromise my political views. My political views is very simple. Where we are as a nation today is every single one of these politicians have put us where we are. No exemption whatsoever. PDP, see, they all jump about from one party, frogs and grasshoppers. We don't even know who's who anymore. Today they are in PDP, then they are in this, then they are in Labour, then they are, you see, they're all dishonest. And the objective in 1999, let's remember, what did they go and fight for? They went to fight for housing allowance, power allowance. You entered power when you knew that this country was already, the people of the country were suffering in 1999. People had great expectations from this democracy that, yes, change. But in their own minds, the democracy was, look, the military have been chopping money. It's our turn to chop money, not repair the country. So no intention was like, let's fix the electricity. You will remember Luth. Do you know I used to pray to fall sick? Luth was so clean. They used to give us free drugs. Luth, the lifts were working. Tell me the general school. Go to last week, Keja. The doctors have to work under so much pressure that they don't have electricity. Go to Ibadan. We read. These people read. They see people complain. So if they were good people, first, every person in government should not be allowed to go for any medical treatment outside this country. Do you hear the president of France go to England for treatment, or America go to England for treatment? Stay. Let your doctors kill you. If you must die, die here. Repair the hospitals here. Then all your children go to the federal government schools. So then, you see, then you are forced as a government to make sure the system works.
That is how the system can work. So how can we achieve this? Let's begin to tell them. In 2027, when they are coming to your locality, coming around you to campaign, what do you want to do? Begin to ask them, what do you wish to do? Begin to ask them, what can you do? Would you make the healthcare work? Would you stop tourism, health tourism, medical tourism? Would you stop it? Where is your child? What school is your child attending? Is your child in Nigeria? If it's yes, okay. What school is he attending? Oh, Corona College. All this big school. No way. Where is your child? Child is attending Basharon High School. Okay, we'll vote for you. Those are the people we should be voting for. The people whose children are at Basharon High School, Islamic High School. What's the name of this girls' school? It's Sabatuddin Girls Grammar School. These are the people we should be voting for because they will make the schools work since their children are also in public schools. But how many of them have their children in public schools? That is why we're where we are today. Because these people, if they have headache, they have catarrh, and they will run straight. When I came in earlier, I had little catarrh. I just went back and I emptied my nose straight. If it happened to be one of them, straight to London, to UK, to France, to Saudi Arabia, and to India. Because they have common catarrh. Common cough, for 1 second, they will run straight to France. But if everything is working well here, we're not going outside, why do you need? Tell me the country will be better. Word on Mabu, I've told you we'll continue to bring this one every time to remind ourselves that this is what can make Nigeria to work. When they have their health system in Nigeria, when their children school in Nigeria, that is when we'll have a better Nigeria. Let's begin to roll out this evening. Thank you so much. I can't take any more calls. No, I can't. Okay, sorry, let me just quick. I think I saw SMS earlier. I can't take up, but let me quickly read this. Okay, this one says, it's good. Sorry about that. Sorry. Okay. All right, it says, good evening, the finest. It's good to have you back after 2 weeks. I missed the show. God bless you for always bringing all of these. And I pray one day people like you will be at the top of me, politics. Don't forget about it. But we'll always be talking. We have a microphone as our weapon. Okay? Thank you. Anyway, say your name is Damilola from Basharon. Okay, thank you. This one from... So your name is Moses Dejari from Kobo. So thank you so much yet again for another beautiful lecture this evening. You have really taught us well this evening, and I'm happy that you're back after a 2 weeks break. Okay, there's a question you're asking here. Don't worry, I will answer that question tomorrow morning on Melody Sunrise. Thank you so much. Let's begin to roll out now. Big ups to everyone that has been part of the show. For those trying to call but they couldn't get through, sorry about that. Tomorrow morning we'll be here again. You know how we do it every Thursday morning, right? I'll have an analyst in the house and we'll look through all of these major happenings in Nigeria in the morning, 8 to 10 a.m. On behalf of Moses, Marcos, Timothy, Daniel, Amos, all of the guys representing here are saying, God bless you. And for all of my students learning one thing we are doing here and the other, they are very plenty. They look like they came to tell them to kidnap me. Okay. Of course, Oyelere Eduardo La. Yes, that's is one of us here. Ṣóhùnmí Kẹ́hìndé, Nàfí Ẹniọlá, Àtàndá Olúwajọmílójú, Adébáyọ̀ Esther, Yakub, Aishat Bibire, okay now, Adéwálé Kẹ́misọ́lá, and of course, Yemisi Komolafe and Adebigwe Sharon. God bless all of these ones as they are learning. I pray everything will go well into their head. Let it stick there. My name is Pretty. You call me the finest. I'll be having a break for 1 hour. I'll be back on the cruise show. We're taking you on again on the cruise show. You know it's way back Wednesday, right? We'll be taking care of business on the cruise show right here. Thank you for joining me on Melody. Politics on Melody this week. We'll be back next week for another one. Keep your head up, and I'm out.